Welcome back to the Travi Wavi, everybody. I'm your affable host, Travis Eason, and we bring you this wonderful podcast where I introduce and explore various characters from the storybook capital of America, the Travi Wavi. We bring you the show every Thursday morning around 10 a.m. This show is brought to you live from the Neon Parrot Live Studios. Thank you to my executive producer, Sam Wolf, and Tim Prozier from InFocus Digital for making this possible today. And today I bring you another amazing guest, Gary Bone. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Travi Wavi.
I'm really glad you're here.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
We're going to get into who you are and why you might be a character from the storybook capital of Texas in a second. But tell me this, Gary. Do you have any siblings?
I have one sibling.
And who is that?
Her name is Hannah Holmes, also known as Gary's sister. She'll tell you that.
That's great.
Yeah, so I try to introduce myself as her brother on occasion, but
That's good.
it doesn't go over.
Did you guys grow up here in Abilene?
We did. She was born here. I came here at 2, so I call it born and raised.
Born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go to middle school, high school?
Went to Bonham Elementary, Lincoln Middle School, Cooper High School.
Cooper High School. What do you think about the Heritage Square revitalization that's happening?
Well, I'm
in the old
super
Lincoln?
pumped. Yeah, I'm super pumped to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a terrible place for people to go to middle school, for a 3-story building with no elevators, for a bunch of kids going through puberty trying to navigate steps for every classroom. So anybody that went through there in high school has tumbled stairs
I'm sure.
many times.
I'm sure. I've never been in that building.
It's a super cool building.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it when it gets all
I can't
restored.
imagine what it's going to be. I mean, now that they've started making a lot of progress and are almost done, it's pretty awesome.
It's going to be good.
Yep.
How did we meet each other, Gary?
We originally met each other at a gym Christmas party, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, and started talking about beer.
Yep.
And then that's all she wrote.
Yep, because I had started to do some homebrew, and you'd been doing some homebrew.
I was getting interested in homebrew for sure.
And then you were part of the homebrew. We were part of the homebrew association together.
Yes.
Yeah, and watched our kids grow up. Yeah, you've been a part of my life through many seasons, both difficult and positive. So thank you for that.
Yeah, well, thank you too. Yeah,
man.
Both of us.
Both of us, for sure. So not to get into it too crazy here, friend, but you were formerly, one of your many careers has been an Abilene police officer.
Right.
How long did you serve in that capacity?
About 20 and a half years with the police department, and a year and a half prior to that with the sheriff's department working in the jail.
Okay. I'm going to tell a little story about you that I remember from when you were still on APD. And we were hanging out. Maybe we were going, I think you guys were living over in some apartments. We might have been going to the pool or something some afternoon. But I'd come over, and you were still in your uniform, and I was watching you take off your uniform, and I watched you change from a police officer to Gary Bone. And it was a really interesting moment. I still remember that moment vividly because I think about that a lot with uniforms in general. When we put on something that we take on maybe a different essence.
Definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Nope.
Nope, that's good.
But that's when we were working on coming up with this whole tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I remember the time, but yeah.
Yeah. Tell me, sir, why did you, well, first off, tell me some stories about your youth and skateboarding.
So that all happened at Lincoln Middle School. Skateboard.
Did it really?
Yeah, that's when we started getting into that stuff.
Okay.
And somebody at school had one, and all of a sudden we all had them. So it was, we've still got home videos from 13, 14 years old.
Crazy.
Probably started at 12.
Okay.
And you don't realize how tiny you were when you were 12 and 13 years old. It's kind of crazy. So
But this was in like the I mean, you're a little bit older
Late
than I am,
80s.
so I was
Yeah.
gonna say 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, late 80s. So that's when the whole Bones Brigade with
Mm-hmm.
Pal Peralta, Tony Hawk, and that whole crew,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, that was when all the skateboards got really big,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody that was older than us just couldn't understand the whole big skateboard thing. And man, that was our life for several years.
Mm-hmm.
People had their half pipes built in their backyard. I built I built a little launch ramp from scrap wood back behind my dad's shed, and just kind of drew it out,
Mm-hmm.
and then had a jigsaw. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Anyways, you would just go to different places around town,
Mm-hmm.
and so people would come to my house so they could ride the launch ramp for a little bit in the street, and
Mm-hmm.
then they'd go to somebody else's place. It's like
Yep.
they traveled the circuit.
Yeah,
So
it's funny because this is all happening here in Abilene in the '80s, and in my hometown of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the same thing was happening.
absolutely,
If you
yeah.
if you had some tools and some wood, you'd build a ramp, and then so and so up the street built a half pipe in their backyard, and it was exactly. I mean, what a cultural revolution skateboarding was in our country during that time.
Oh no, yeah, and really, some of those people that were the icons then are still doing it,
Mm-hmm.
and are now passing things on. And the things that kids can do now is they're doing things that I saw a deal where Tony Hawk was going to give $10,000 to whoever could do a 1040 or something
Mm-hmm.
with no hands
Mm-hmm.
because he could never pull it off. He tried and tried and tried, and I think it was like a 12-year-old did it.
He could pull it off. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
won all that money. Like
Yeah.
the stuff that they're doing now, it just blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, had we had YouTube, they could have helped me figure out some of
Well,
those
yeah, we were
tricks.
like living in bubble. I mean, just in like little isolation chambers where the closest thing you had to any information was if someone had a magazine
Yeah, or VHS of one of
or
the
a
Bones
tape.
Brigade
Yep.
videos.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and they didn't show you how to do any of it.
No, they just did it.
Well, if you look at their tricks back then, like their street skating stuff, compared to now,
Mm-hmm.
like you just had a tail. You didn't have a tail and a nose,
Mm-hmm.
and you couldn't go backwards and do the same things and forward. And um, so now you go back and watch and like, oh wow, that wasn't nearly as impressive
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking when you see the stuff people are doing now, so
Yeah, that's really cool.
progression, man, you can't stop progress.
No, that's true. That's true. So graduated high school from Cooper. What'd you do next?
I went to Cisco for a minute.
Okay.
Immediately moved out, got an apartment with a friend
Mm-hmm.
because I was grown, but we didn't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a one-bedroom apartment with 2 beds in it,
Nice.
but we lived a high life. So went to Cisco and to McMurray. Ended up getting married and having my first kiddo while I was in college. Ultimately moved over to Hardin Simmons because I could graduate quicker.
Mm.
So probably failed a few of the core classes at McMurray
Mm-hmm.
in the throes of childbirth and all the stress that comes with that when you're
Mhm.
19 or
A
20.
young parent. Yep.
And then, so I moved over to Hardin Simmons to finish up, but I got into the police academy before I graduated. So after I got out of the academy and then got out of training, I went back and finished my last semester or two and graduated from Hardin Simmons.
Why did you? What was it about the police academy that was appealing to you at that point, or was it? Yeah.
Well, so one thing, as a kid, I always worked at Garden World over there on the freeway. I just liked being outside. And although it was similar work every day, the temperature, you're not sitting in an office. Never been good at just sitting still. So growing up, my granddad, he had narcolepsy and some issues, so he didn't work, but he was kind of a rounder in his day. But he had a lot of friends that were police officers back in the 50s, 60s. And I used to just hear all of his stories of riding along with them and all that. And at some point, it just clicked. That's what I wanted to do. So,
Right on.
yep.
So 19 years old, joined the police academy
Well, joined the police academy at 22.
at 22.
Yeah.
Got a young child. And what was Abilene like for you during that time? Because I know a lot. I mean, a lot's changed in the last 30 years.
Yeah. I mean, none of this here was down here really.
No.
We didn't come downtown at all back then. Um, Really, it still seems similar to me back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've got a lot more restaurants, and now instead of the mall, we have the shopping centers. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, everything's similar. It's just gotten, really the downtown area revitalizing has been good,
Mm-hmm.
and there wasn't nearly as many houses.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it used to be, felt like going from Buffalo Gap in the freeway out to Wiley
Mm-hmm.
felt like a long drive.
And now it's just
It's
all
just part of it,
sprawl. Yeah. Hmm. Um, were you still on the police force? I think you were when Pappy Slocum started.
Yeah.
Um, so talk to me about, because you were kind of one of the initial partners with Jeff and Richie and Coke,
I was, yeah.
getting that going. Let's revisit some of that history and.
So let's back up. Well, I think around 2005, I started a gun store here in town with a buddy that I worked
Mhm,
with,
mhm,
and really enjoyed kind of doing that kind of entrepreneurial type of
mhm,
trying to figure things out. And we kept that for about 5 years and really enjoyed it. And then when we shut it down eventually, and then got into the brewing,
mhm,
and there was lots of talk. Everybody wanted to start a brewery, but nobody was doing it.
mhm.
So I just kind of said, well, let's do it. I kind of know how to get started. We got to get a business plan.
Yep.
We can go talk to the Texas Tech Small Business Development Center. They'll help us do it because I'd already done that, and they sure helped us do it. And we were in talks with all the distributors on what it looks like and how to do it. And so that was actually going on. I think it was after we closed the gun store down, but not long after. And then we were headed that direction. I had some things that were happening in my world that was just needed more attention. And then I also at the time realized maybe 4 people was a little too much. I didn't want to do it as a hobby if I was going to do it. So, and it would have definitely been hard for 4 people to make a good side gig out of the deal. So, so they kind of ran with it from there, which was good. And we had a great place to hang out for several years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pappy's was a wonderful third space.
Well, as a matter of fact, we worked there together on Wednesdays once, but right before COVID hit.
Yep. Yep.
So
We were pulling the taps and playing bingo and whatever, and
yeah, I was glad we did that though.
me too.
Somebody needed to. Had COVID not hit, no telling where that would have gone.
The world would be completely different.
Yep.
A lot of businesses would still be open, and I think people would not be as allergic to social gatherings.
Outside.
You know, it's one thing I've noticed a lot over the last couple years is that there's like an allergy to social situations for people now. I think there's a lot of anxiety with it still, maybe, or we just, spending a couple years at home in isolation. I mean, it really, it messed up society.
I think that and social media altogether. But I'll tell you, our girls have overcome.
Good.
I mean, both of them. Yours too. I think they seem to be living their best life as far as I can tell.
Yep.
So
So your youngest, Claire, is a senior,
she's a senior.
and she's going on to college next year.
She is.
Baylor Bear.
Baylor Bear. Yep. We're excited about it. She's excited.
I mean, you're going to be an empty nester,
Yeah.
kind of, sort of.
No, for real. We will be.
Is that weird for you right now? Because I know I'm going through all sorts of internal stuff about this phase.
Yes, it is weird. For one, we bought a house that's got room for everybody, and then, my 2 older kids, they didn't grow up living with me full time, and when me and their mom divorced, they were 5 and 2.5. So I still had them plenty, but it was different, just because they weren't at my house every day. So, yeah, it's a little different this time around. I mean, there was all tears shed with my oldest daughter when we took her to Tech, And my son, it's a little different with your son, you know that. So it's like, hey, let's go, go do what you need to do. But now this one's going to be, it's going to it's going to be tough on me. Mom's been crying for months anyway, so
Yes.
we'll just
Oh, poor
work all the
Mary.
way through it. But good thing with us, unlike my first marriage, is we had plenty of time before kids, so we knew how to live with each other, and we're married with each other before. So we've got things to go back to that we haven't
Yeah.
got to do for so long. So excited about it.
Good. All right. So grew up in Abilene, skateboarding kid, police officer, entrepreneur. And when you left the police department, you didn't go right into real estate right away, did you?
Yeah.
You did.
Well, so yeah, I'd got my license about a year prior.
Okay.
So I was trying to create an exit strategy, and at the time I was a lieutenant on the police department, and then the only movement from there is an assistant chief or chief. At the time, all of them were young as well, and they were not going anywhere. And I already had 20 years in. I didn't want to do the same thing for another 20. You either get out pretty early or you stay till the end. And I didn't want to stay till the end and be 50, 60 years old, retiring and not being able to do anything else. So I'd gotten a real estate license in 2017, and honestly, trying to figure out if I was going to go or not. And my partner that I have now in real estate, he had approached me and asked me maybe would I be interested in us joining a team. He already had a license for about 5 years, and I knew him through church life group and whatnot. And my initial thought was absolutely, I'm not doing a partnership. So anyways, I was praying about it. I really kind of felt like the Lord said, hey, you can practice what you preach in your ministry. At the time I was also doing the ministry school stuff, and tell people you've got to take God generally doesn't show you where you're going. He tells you to take the step. It's all a faith thing, right? So I kind of liken it to one of the Raiders of the Lost Ark movies where he's got to step off of that cliff.
Yeah.
And until you take the step, the floor doesn't arrive.
Yeah.
Same type of deal. And so I felt like the Lord was saying, you can trust me and see what I can do, or you can do what you're doing and be in the exact same spot this time next year. And so,
and there's so much truth in that, Gary. I've been talking about it in the terms of like, if you take a step and all of a sudden you're in the light, then that's good. Like, keep moving forward. Stay in the light. Stay in the light. Because if you're not going anywhere, then how do you know if the path is be lit for you? Because you're not taking steps. You're not making any progress.
You're just standing still.
Yeah.
It's like anything, It's like financially, you can hang on to your money and it never goes anywhere. You can, with your faith, you cannot have it, and you don't see what it can do. So you can't learn anything in business if you don't go do it.
Yep.
We can read about it all day long, and go to all the conferences and take all the notes in the world, but if you don't put feet to it,
you can have all the knowledge about it, but it's the miracle happens in the action.
Right.
Yeah.
So I try to take action. And so that was a leap of faith. I was scared, obviously, because I was leaving a really good paying job to one that was completely commission based with a little bit of retirement money. I'll just say, retiring from the city after 20 years and then having to give some of it to my first wife, which we get along great. There's not much there monthly, you know what I mean? It doesn't quite cover my house payment, but I'm grateful for it. I just put it in a passive income pile, and it'll be there as long as I'm here, hopefully. So
real estate was 2017 when you
that's when I started.
started.
And then I retired in 2018 and went
Okay.
full time.
And are you still with Keller Williams?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Yeah, so Jay and I've got my broker's license recently, and so we just started our own brokerage.
Cool.
So
Cool.
Momentum Group Real Estate.
Momentum Group Real Estate.
Hmm.
Very cool. And the housing market in Abilene is crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's crazy, crazy.
It's probably, I mean, it's more crazy than it was right after COVID when everything went nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Just because there's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back then there was enough, and people were. I mean, it was not enough, which is why prices went crazy. But there's a lot less now.
Yeah.
So.
So it's definitely a seller's market.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think that this will plateau for us in Abilene, or that we're gonna stay in this crazy housing situation for?
Well, I think it stays for a while, for one, because there's just not enough, and you can't build in houses enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll see a little bit of a maybe when all of these RV spots are open up. That's going to help a little bit because some of these companies, I think, will put their people out there, and that will alleviate some of the inventory issue. But I want to see what happens when the interest rates drop some more,
Yeah.
because that in itself is going to create more of a frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what we're going to do. So I'm hoping, my hope is that the 2,000 space RV parks will help alleviate some of the issues, so that when the rates drop and more people start selling, because people don't want to sell their houses because they're sitting on 3%.
Yeah.
I'm not selling mine.
Yeah.
I'd get a third of the house for the same money.
Yep.
You know, so but that's gonna change. As a matter of fact, I was at a conference, National Association of Realtors conference, and one of their chief economists made a prediction a couple of years ago. He says, you know, the divorce rate's definitely going to go down. He said, because even though people hate each other, they love their rate.
Yeah.
And don't want to go buy another house at a higher rate.
Well, and I mean,
So-
and like you said, like, where do you go? I mean, I have a ton of equity in my home, but if I sold it, where do I go?
I mean, the only thing that makes sense for me if I was to sell is because I'm moving somewhere else,
Exactly.
like out of Abilene.
Yep.
And I'm not quite to the point where I can just go live off the land in the mountains yet. So
Is that a goal?
maybe.
If it comes to it.
I mean, I'm not opposed.
Yeah, I like the idea of kind of a commune life up there in the mountains somewhere, on an island.
I mean, I'm afraid that I would, you know, so I don't like the big city life. It's way too many people. I like it here, but I really we had a place in Ruidoso for a few years. We sold it after the last big fires because they needed it, and I couldn't rent it at the time. So, but I really miss going up there. And that's the only place, anytime I've ever gone anywhere, after a little bit of time, like, I need to get back home. That's the only place I've gone, or anywhere in the mountains, where I'm like, I could just stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally fine.
That's cool. That's cool. It seems to me after living here for 25 years that the New Mexico mountains are kind of a draw for a lot of Abilenians.
They're just close.
Yeah. Closest mountains, I guess.
Ruidosa's 6 hours, any way you put it. You can't get there faster. No matter, I've given it hell.
Trying to get
I
there
just
faster.
haven't beat the 6 hour mark, but it's always right at 6 hours to get there. So
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. So, do you and Mary have some plans for life now that your baby girl is going to go to college next year?
I mean, honestly, getting more travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have some places that are on your mind?
Well, I know, so this summer, the way we've justified this is Mary just turned 50, and Claire's graduating. So, you know, my senior trip a few years ago was to Red River, New Mexico, camping for a few days, and that was the best thing ever. Well, now they're a lot more elaborate. Well, my oldest went to New York City with Mary and a friend, and so we're all going to Hawaii.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, which is a bucket list for us anyways, but I'm afraid now that there's probably the means to go back, it's going to be one of those places we might go to frequently. So we're going, and then my son and daughter and their families are going to meet us there too. So the whole family's going to be there.
That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Producer
Super pumped
Sam
about
was
it.
there over Christmas with his family and didn't want to come home.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
My wallet will probably make me want to come home, and that's about it.
It's like when you go to Disneyland, Disney World,
Hmm.
and the wallet's just like, I'm empty. There's no more.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to do Maui for me and Mary and Claire, who's my youngest. We're going to do Maui for 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're going to fly over to Kauai, and then the big kids are going to fly in there and meet us.
Cool. That'll
So
be fun. When's that coming up?
June.
June. Okay.
Yeah,
Coming up.
about 80 something days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Maybe 79.
Not that we're counting.
Not that
Yeah.
we're counting. Oh, that's good. That's good. Um, so, in your current kind of position in the community as a realtor and brother of Hannah, what are you seeing? What are you seeing in Abilene right now that is encouraging to you, and what are some things that you would like to see improved upon?
What? Well, yeah. So let's go with encouraging because it takes a minute to think about improvements. But
Mm-hmm.
I, for one, am excited for the progress. I know we, as we were talking about a while ago, the progress creates issues because we don't have the infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody ever has the infrastructure ahead of time for something like that. So I'm excited for what's happening. I would like to see, I'm interested to see how it is a ways up the road once we kind of start transitioning out. And I know people are worried about us having too much housing or all these people leaving and then all of this stuff that's being built. I think it'll still fill itself, personally. We've been growing steady for a good while anyhow. We still have Dias stuff to happen,
Yep.
and that's going to bring a lot of people that are going to be staying here. They originally told us at one of the AI places it was going to be a small amount of people working it. Well, now, of course, they keep building. There's up to hundreds of people going to be staying. Now, it's not the thousands that are here, but we're not building thousands of houses either. So,
Interesting.
so I am excited about that. I'm encouraged. I love the downtown area. It's, what's funny is there's a lot of stuff for us. You know what I mean? Like the young kids still do what they've always done is they just do their own thing. They don't really go many places. They're running around all night at each other's houses or wherever they go. Same things we did for the most part. But as adults, I like to come down here. I like the restaurant scenes here. I like all over town. I like the good restaurants. I'll go in there and spend some time in the video arcade over there. The free play. Man. So I just like having some things to do that we don't have to. I don't want to be at a bar all night anymore. So I just kind of like the vibe. And it's still, if you don't watch the news for sure, it's still a safe place. You come down here, you don't have to worry about much.
Yep. That is pretty safe here.
And what I like too, even in our downtown area where we seem to have some social issues with homeless people, like we don't hate each other down here. You know what I mean? So I like that.
That's
so
good.
we have a city that really tries to take care of its people. So
I would agree with that. Generally, I agree with that generally. I think that Abilene, what I've seen is that we have a lot of available resources, a wide variety of resources, and letting people know how to access those resources is probably the issue because there's resources for just about everything. And I also feel, I think I just had a brain fart, Gary. Yep, lost my train of thought.
well, I'll bring you back to it.
Yep.
So while I'm encouraged, we'll stick on that for a minute. I do like the way things are going. We've got good business coming. I mean, the Bass Pro Shop, I don't think it's one of the massive ones. It's going to be perfect for what we need. I mean, I think it's a good shot in the arm for people around here because it's not, I mean, Cheese Factory is good, but that doesn't do anything for me as something to go hang out at, right?
Right.
So there's places that I think the DCOA has been making some good deals to get some stuff here. And so I'm excited about the Bass Pro Shop, whatever other doors that opens, I don't really go fishing much. and don't do nearly the hunting I'd like to do, but I sure like to go walk around those places, hang out. So I just like that there's still things coming. I love our downtown scene. There's about Mary and I stayed at the hotel the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so I paid for it at a fundraiser event we were at. So we had a night, so we picked it, and we never left down here. So
Good.
parked, walked down, hit happy hour at Cypress Street, and then we were going to go eat at the hotel. So we were already here, so we ate at Cypress Street, went over to Vagabond for dessert. I mean, we just made, and then we went back and hung out at the bar at the hotel. I mean,
Pretty cool.
It was just a good time.
It's pretty cool. My daughter Ara got married a couple weeks ago, and after the wedding, we went and sat at the bar down there too. The kids stayed at the hotel, and yeah, it's nice to have. It's nice to see the growth that downtown Abilene's experienced over the last 25 years for sure. Are you still feeling called to do anything entrepreneurial? I mean, you and your son still have the chimney sweep business.
Yeah, it's a small chimney business.
Plug that a little bit if you want.
Yeah. Legacy Chimney Services. We mostly, that kind of was birthed as a need I felt we needed in the real estate world. There's only one place in town, and we needed some different things. So we started that. We do dryer vent cleaning, chimney cleanings, minor repairs, right? So we'll do chimney caps and fix some brick issues inside a firewall or something like that. We're not going to go in and rebuild a chimney. We don't have the time nor the training to do that, and I'm not sure we want to do that because cleaning, there's plenty to be done because nobody calls until it's 12 degrees outside, and then everybody needs it done. So the one struggle we've had with that is I'm just nervous hiring people that I don't know to send into people's houses that I don't know. So it's pretty much my son does most of the work, and he'll take he'll hire some kids to go with him and help on occasion, but for the most part it's him, and I just haven't really put the time into really sitting down, and it's a very seasonal job. So it's it could be bigger for sure. We just haven't put the energy into. We're just trying to take care of the real estate business and those who need their stuff cleaned right before the code snaps. So, and then with the real estate business, we've got a B&B here in town, looking to buy some more. Trying to create some passive income that will sustain beyond the small retirement. So,
on the Airbnb, are you renting that out mostly for travelers and stuff like this, or are you renting currently to transient workers?
I don't think we're doing a lot of workers at ours. We help manage one that gets more workers in for longer stays. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Ours is a 2-1. But I think we get a lot of people that can't get into a hotel or whatnot, So I mean, it stays full.
Yeah.
But ours are generally few day stays, maybe 2 or 3 weeks tops. So we probably get a little bit of people working, but not a lot. And honestly, it's really more lucrative to get the short stays, to tell you the truth. And it's lucrative for my people that clean, and they get to make more money. And so, of course, I'm not gonna lie, if somebody came and said, "Hey, we want to give you $5,000 a month for a year," I'll sure let them have that.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's been good. We've had that since 21.
Okay, cool.
So
my neighbor's home has been an Airbnb now for, I'm trying to remember when Jamie and Jeff moved out, 5 or 6 years, maybe a little bit longer. And this time last year, when the Lancium project had just gotten started, she had a crew in, I think like a pipe fitting crew or something, and they were there for a couple months. And then after that, she said, "No, we're not going to do these long-term stays anymore." Probably for some of the same reasons. It's more lucrative. But I keep wondering.
it's also hard on your stuff.
Yeah.
When we first started ours, the very first booking we got was some kind of crew. I think they were a roofing crew or something. and they stayed for 30 days. I think it was 3 weeks or 30 days, but immediately got hit with $3,500 for the first booking. I was like, well, this is going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they left, we had to replace shower curtains and half the sheets and all that. But I mean, it's well worth it. But I still don't want people tearing my stuff up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm too private to really consider renting out any of my personal space.
No, it's none of our space.
Yeah. Do you have any, my concern with the lack of housing right now and hotel rooms being booked is upcoming graduations.
Mm-hmm.
Any concern about that? I mean, like,
Yeah.
do
There's
we just
plenty.
need to put some tents out there in the front
we
yard?
had people that booked a year ago for this weekend coming up, the graduation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know what the answer is. There's places. They just have to pay a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
The hotels are a lot higher.
Mm-hmm.
I helped a guy buy a house to put some of his people in because he was spending $7,000 a week
Dang.
on hotels. Can't pile a bunch of people into one hotel room.
No.
So.
No. That's crazy.
But then, so there's two schools of thought there. You got people like, hey, they're gouging prices, like, but there's a market that's demanding the prices.
Mm-hmm.
So where's the fine line there?
Mm.
We also have a lot of people that are need housing assistance.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of possibly dealing with now people that took vouchers to help the low income.
Mm-hmm.
Which is it's a win for the homeowners because they get a guaranteed certain amount of money, and then if they can't pay, well then another one comes in. But the people living in the houses aren't having to pay as much because they get the government assistance on the vouchers or whatnot. But now those homeowners are like, well, can't take the vouchers anymore because they're paying a whole lot higher, and that's your right as a homeowner.
Yeah.
So
it is really wild to watch all of this taking place in our community. I mean, and we've always kind of been a transient community because, like you mentioned, the Air Force Base, 3 colleges.
yeah.
So people are always kind of coming and going. There's a turnover that's happening here, but this is different. This is just different level.
Well, they're transient for a long time now, because if you get a group that leaves, so the next group can come in. So, and yeah, you drive out there, it's crazy out there. And yeah, there's two sides to all the coins, so it's interesting to watch. I personally am a fan of the progress. I don't think we're making people homeless.
No, I don't think so. I haven't heard anything like that yet.
No.
Just
But
that
there
it's
are
tough.
less people that need the assistance having places to go. The low rent housing is not as low as it was, and there's some people that are coming in trying to get way too much and they're not renting. But I've had a few people come in and say, "Hey, I need a rental," and you look on MLS and there's several for rent. You got to get approved. That's another thing. People have to be approved to rent, even as a homeowner. Not anybody's just going to be able to come in and rent a home from me. I want them to go through the vetting process that the companies put them through. So, but the few people that have come to me and asked for help, we've been able to find them a place to go. So that's good.
Good.
So,
Do you? I mean, you mentioned the new shopping center with the Bass Pro Shops coming. You're looking forward to that. What else are some things you're looking forward to seeing happen, or wish lists that you want to see happen in our little hamlet?
well, obviously, and I think this influx is going to help with the funding for roads. Because we have money that doesn't necessarily go to city budget, but it can go to projects like the roads. So you're seeing a lot. I mean, why we need to put cones down the entire South 14th at one time, I'm not sure, but they've kind of fixed that a little bit. I was like, why don't we have the whole from Bowie all the way to Treadway with one lane? But anyways, that's just being funny. But I think we're going to finally see a little bit more catch up on our roads that have,
Good.
That was just ignored really for so long, and that's always been a sore spot for several years. So that, and I think some of the bigger projects are going to have a chance to. Well, I really love Cypress Street.
It's looking great.
Honestly, at first I was like, "This, I hate that idea.
Yep.
They're going to narrow the street and
Yep.
all this. What I love it. I
Yep.
think it's great.
And I think it'll be, I don't know if we're going to do this anytime soon, but in the future, to create more of a walking district in this area
Yeah.
and less traffic. I mean, we still need places to park, but I think that'd be great, and that's something that we as Abilenians need more of anyways, is fresh air and walking around.
Yeah, you know that's what I like. I was in Austin recently, and I was able to walk right out the back of the hotel in the mornings, and right on the walking trail that goes all the way around the lake right there. There's so much of that, and we're getting. I mean, you can drive by Redbud in the afternoon, and there's tons of people walking. You know, but having some of that down here to just get out and stroll around is nice. Yeah, now seeing the way Cypress went, they could do that and then figure out places for people to park. It would be great down here. We've got the other big parking lot down there at the hotel. I didn't realize half of that's city parking. You've got to pay.
Yeah.
But you got to pay anywhere you go.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm hoping, I don't know. I'm still optimistic that, maybe over the next 10 or 20 years, we'll be moving away from this vehicle identity thing that we all have. We all have our own vehicle. We've got to maintain it, insure it, drive it, park it. I'm still hoping that, maybe we come up with a cooler people mover situation. I know that Texas is going to get air taxis. That's coming. Have you seen that?
No.
I don't know much about it, Gary, but apparently Texas is one of the states that is going to start a new program of air taxis. So like a drone that takes you from Abilene to Austin or something like that. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always kind of been frustrated with the idea that we all need our own 1 acre and a driveway and a car and
It's an American dream, man.
I know. It's not my dream. Well, sir, as we kind of wrap this down a little bit, what else do you want to talk about? You got any questions for me?
Man.
What else do you want our audience to know about Gary Bone?
No. Man, I'm an Abilenian through and through. Been here my whole life, never have left. I think we will do vacation homes maybe later, but I don't see us leaving. My parents are here.
Yeah.
They hopefully aren't going anywhere anytime soon. My son's still here. My daughter's probably going to be here after she gets out of school, if I was betting. I love the city. I think it's great. I think that people come and all in high school, everybody's like, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
There's nothing. And they're all back,
It's Twilight Zone.
Yeah. People come here for the military, get out and stay. Or they leave, and then when they get out, they come back, So there's a lot of good people here. And I really just like the way, I mean, it's not perfect, obviously, but the programs we have for homeless and the ministries that we have around here that really can help out, they don't all interface very well together. I will say that, but
I think that's something I've been noticing more and more, and in talking with other people that either are in control of some of these resources, or we have a ton of nonprofit in this community and a lot of public-private partnerships, and I think that is the thing that keeps coming up, is that there are so many things that are available that it's not really cohesively wrapped together.
Well, and I think
There's not
some
a
of them don't
library,
know
so
what
to
each
speak.
other do, right?
Yeah.
So if I come to you with an issue like, here's the problem I have, this is what I need. Well, that's not mine. Go to this one. And then they're
Yeah.
like, wait, that's not me. Go to this one. And that's something we used to find when we were trying to do some stuff with homelessness and whatnot when I was on the police department. It's like we get everybody in a big room, and then nobody knows who to send each other to, So I don't know if that's gotten better or not. I suspect probably not. And we do have so many nonprofits here that we're all competing for the same money too. So, I mean, I'm on the board of a of the Abilene Back the Badge Foundation, and that was, which is a great foundation, and it's just for, we just help out people on the police department, fire department, sheriff's department, the employees of those three departments, and it's mostly for medical emergencies they have, stuff like that. We'll do some equipment stuff that maybe budget doesn't cover or whatnot, but the whole thing is getting to help out our first responders when they have emergencies, because they're like everybody else. We all have, when you've got a job and you got a certain amount of income, you know it's coming in, you pretty much live up to the edge of that income. And so something happens to your child and they got to go to Cook's Medical Center, your whole world is like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We can't pay for any of this. And we've been able to help out. I mean, I can't tell you exactly how long the foundation's been operating, but it was operating before I retired in 2018. But we're about to have our 10th fundraising clay shoot. So I don't know if that started before they started or after, but we're still, the people we talk to for donations are the same ones that Love and Care talks to or wherever, and it's that is an issue.
Yep. Yep.
And we're super grateful for all the foundations here that sow into these other smaller nonprofits. Because I don't think we've got a lot of nonprofits around here like you see on the documentaries that are hoarding money and you know, it's going back out.
Yeah.
So
it really is. And you know, I've had a number of guests on the channel say something similar to the idea that Abilene is special in the amount that it gives and the amount of resources that are available.
Yeah.
You know, I wish there was a way to communicate that more clearly to the average citizen here, that they're, you know, I think a lot of people just are kind of, well, they're stuck in their own world of wake up, go to work, take care of the kids, whatever, you know, just kind of a, this is the existence. And, you know, I guess for a lot of people, their first line of resource would be maybe a church home. But for those folks that don't have a church home or aren't involved in some other sort of civic group, they may not know that there are all these various resources available.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true. Well, I think what I would just want to impart to people, if they wanted any wisdom from me, is if you need something, then give it. You know what I mean? If you need some encouragement, then call and encourage somebody. You know, if you're broke, then get rid of whatever money you have in your pocket to somebody and watch what happens.
Yeah.
You know, there's just a law in the universe that's what it just happens. I mean, you can't outgive what's coming back. I've just never seen that happen. And it's not just money, but it's everything, you know, helping people, giving them encouragement. I mean, you can't really call and say, hey, Travis, I just want to call and tell you I love you. I was thinking about you. I hope you're doing amazing. And if you need anything, let me know. And then still be pissy.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
you can't do it. So
Yep.
that's the way I try to live. I don't get it right all the time, obviously, but I think if everybody could get that down, we wouldn't have any problems.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it. Yeah, it gets scary when we get in our own head and start feeling that sense of lack or fear, anxiety about, oh, it's not working out, it's not going the way I want it to go. Yeah, but
Well, just think, if I wanted to take you out, then I would want to keep reminding you of everything that sucks and all the stress and how it's going to take you out, and then you can't focus on being good to other people.
It is just that simple, isn't it? That's good. That's good. Any questions for me?
Well, what all do you have coming up? I mean,
Man,
you, little Travis.
feels like things just got a little bit crazier this year all of a sudden. You're the fire horse. Let's see, my son is, you see him a lot at Tap House. He
I
tells me
do.
I see the Bones all the time. They're Shoot the Moon, his new band, is going to be performing at the next Cotton Warehouse live show, which we're doing April 17th. You're invited.
Yes.
And you're invited. It's free, open to the community. It'll be just over here at the old Cotton Warehouse, across from Frontier,
And I will
Texas.
say, If somebody hasn't seen them, you're missing out. They're fabulous.
Really good.
Yes, very
Yep.
good.
Yeah, because you came to the Shoot the Moon show.
Right here,
Yep.
yeah.
And then Garrett Bryan, who also opened. I think he's putting together a little
Oh,
band.
yeah, he's good too.
So good. And he's gonna do an opening, and then we'll have. Oh man, I have not had enough coffee this morning. It's gonna kill me. Justin T. Walker is gonna be spinning some vinyl from the '70s
Oh,
around 6 when we open the gates. Sounds like we're gonna have a number of vendors. Lots of interest from vendors. I don't know if we've nailed down food yet, but we'll have food. The rumor is that we might have some grain theory there. I'm not sure yet. I don't want to promise anything and under deliver, but
well, just
I think
start
we're gonna have a
rumors.
really good time.
Yeah.
And again, it's free, open to the public. That'll be really, really fun. We're gonna have a meeting about that next here with some of those team members. Oh, my grandbabies. You got grandbaby too.
The best
They're
thing ever.
Super fun.
The best thing ever.
Amazing. What a gift grandbabies are. My youngest is graduating. I'm not sure she's announced where she's going to school yet, so I won't say that. Oh man, I'm gonna be designing the set for Sound of Music for the Paramount. That'll be
Sweet.
fun. Looking forward to that. Of course, tattoos.
Yeah, I need to get back in and see you.
Come on.
It's actually been a few years.
I know.
It
it's
doesn't
crazy.
seem like it was
know.
that long ago.
I know. That's how projects go sometimes.
We've got to finish this whole thing.
Yep.
So we start on
Whenever
something
you're ready.
different.
Whenever
I'm
you're back
not
from
going.
when you're back from Hawaii.
I'm not going Remy style. He doesn't have any skin left. I don't know.
He still does. We were working on him yesterday, and so there's this. We started this octopus piece.
Yeah.
A year ago because we're keeping track of it. We've done 75 hours this last year on this octopus, and we're about halfway done.
Wow.
But it's massive. I mean, it's massive, and he's not a small guy.
No.
So, yeah, it keeps me busy. I don't know what else is happening in my life. The yard, the garden, the pond, people.
Pond still going?
Pond's still going.
Got any big fish in there? Nice.
Yeah.
You able to keep the storks out of there or whatever it is that come and try to kill
Yeah,
them?
I've had that one
They'll show up.
heron, some sort of heron has come by at least twice over the years. Like maybe, I don't know if it's just kind of migrating through or what, but he's made a couple visits. The raccoons are the ones that are troublesome.
Really?
Because they'll go fishing.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not sure what else I have for you, my friend, today. I'm thinking of I'm recognizing right now live that when I really know somebody pretty well, it almost makes this interview more difficult because I'm trying to think of, well, what's interesting to the audience and how do I highlight this character? But I just know you as so genuinely,
Yeah.
that it's hard for me to say, well, guys, let me tell you about Gary Bone. You're a wonderful character, my guy,
Well, I appreciate it.
and a good human being too.
Well, I love you, man. I love this city, and I'm going to start coming here on
Yes.
I meet with a guy every Wednesday for coffee, and I never realized that I've never even thought about this
Yeah.
place. I love this building.
That's a cool building. Very
Yeah.
cool building. Where we sit right now used to be a folly house, so this has been entertaining the people for
A long time.
a long time, at least over 100
I
years.
say probably since the beginning.
A lot of history in these old walls. Friends, if you care to come down and watch the Travi Wavi Live, we do these Thursday mornings right around 10. And like Gary just mentioned, next door is Majestic Coffee Shop, allegedly serving Onyx coffee, my personal favorite. And it's a great coffee shop. They've got some food stuffs in there also, some deli snacks and cakes and cookies and stuff like that. It's going to be a beautiful day in Abilene today. Are we getting up to 90 today?
Close. I know Sunday's supposed to be in the 90s, or close to
great.
100,
Yeah.
not actually.
So the
So I think
weather in
90s.
Abilene is doing its typical spring thing. We were 30 degrees Tuesday morning, and here we are going to be close to 100 this weekend.
Makes me nervous for midsummer.
I know.
Hopefully it levels out.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I got motorcycle to ride, so
Do you have a motorcycle trip planned?
I try to get. You know what I do is I just get on and go to Lubbock. That's a good excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Go see my grandbaby on
Mm-hmm.
the bike. But I would really like to ride to Ruidoso or something.
Mm. Yeah.
Ruidoso though, there's nowhere flat. Like there, so when we had our house there, we took a bike trip. Me and my parents, they both ride, and I thought that my driveway was pretty flat
Mm-hmm.
until you got on there, and there's nowhere flat
Hmm.
anywhere in the town. So, of course, they have motorcycle stuff there all the time, but finding the right place to go, like you want to definitely make sure ahead of time somewhere to park your bike without it falling over.
That's great.
So,
That's a unintended consequence, I guess. Or
yeah.
yeah, I didn't really think about that. That's cool.
Well, I didn't either, but
You got to bring another
so
bike stand and go to Ruidoso. It's
yeah,
funny.
just take it up there on a trailer. But the ride to Ruidoso sucks until you get about an hour outside of town. And
It's
it's
beautiful.
pretty.
Yeah.
But I really like Red River too, so
Mm.
it burns up less. So,
Interesting. Well, friend, thanks for coming on the channel
well,
today.
thanks for having me, man.
It's been good.
Enjoyed
It's been always good to catch up with you and sit down. And friends, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Let people know that this is something that we're doing. We've got some other wonderful podcasts coming at you right here from the Neon Parrot Live Studios. MCJ's Rizism with Tim Prozier has been really interesting, wonderful content. Senior karaoke happens Tuesday afternoons. Anybody's welcome. You don't have to be a senior to come to that, but our seniors really enjoy that. Singer-songwriters open mic Sunday nights hosted by Terry Knight. That is also free, and you're always welcome to come down, grab some coffee, watch any of this wonderful live programming. Got a couple new things coming up. Mike Stevens and I have started the Abilene theater scene. We'll bring you another one of those a week from next. We'll do that once a month. And we have another wonderful program, and I don't remember the title of it, Abilene Underground Music Scene, something like this, with Terry Knight is going to be the first guest on that, and that will be hosted by Greg Young. And we're going to do that first episode coming up in a week or two. Look forward to that. Cotton Warehouse Live, April 17th. Mark your calendar. Sam, what am I forgetting? I don't know. More stuff. Today's episode of the Travi Wavi was brought to you by Bustos Training. If you're interested in any sponsorships of the Travi Wavi, please get a hold of me. TravisEason.com. Friends, I'm going to bring you an exceptional character next week. Another fabulous human being. And until then, signing off from the Travi Wavi.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Gary.
Yeah.
Catch you guys next week.